Hi guys, are you planning to apply to colleges this year or next year? Then stay tuned because we're going to talk about how international students can get into elite colleges in the US. Before we begin with things, my name is Pankaj. I'm a Columbia University graduate who lived in the UK for 5 years, in the US for 20 years, and I'm a college admissions expert. So, I will highly encourage you to hit the subscribe button because we're going to be putting out awesome content which will help you understand the college admission process better. And also, if you have any queries, please write to us at info@concilian.com. So, let's begin. First, we need to understand that there is an educational cultural difference between India and US. In India, if you have good marks, you have good test scores, if there is an admission test required to get into college, as long as you have those, the college admits you. They have no other requirements. Whereas in the US, they practice what is called a holistic admission process. They not only want to know how you have done in the classroom, but also they want to understand what are you about outside the classroom. Do you have grit? Do you have a good character? Do you have good sense of values? How will you make a difference in the world? So they want a more individualism process in your college application, and it's very different than what we find in India. And hence, many students struggle to present themselves in a really positive and strong manner to colleges in the US. Now let's talk about the components of your holistic admission process, right? So you have your GPA or your marks, and one has a pretty good understanding of how you're well done in them. Also the standardized scores, which is SAT and ACT, and how you have done in that, and what are the requirements of colleges, the elite colleges, what kind of GPA they need, what kind of standardized scores you need, so you are all set, and that's not that big a challenge. The real challenge becomes when you're doing your extracurricular activities, right? Because extracurricular activities have to be very carefully planned over a period of 2.5 years. Just to give you an example, suppose your passion is learning mathematics, right? Now, and then somebody tells you, hey, you're applying to colleges in the US, so you need to show some social work. Okay, so you go and start feeding some homeless people, which is fine and which is very commendable. However, a better activity would be to go and teach mathematics to underprivileged kids, right? Because it kind of jives with your passion, right? Because your goal is to not give the impression to colleges that you have done something just for your college application, but rather it has flowed through smoothly through what your passion is, right? And that's where a lot of the kids who are applying make a mistake, right? You don't want to do 2 or 3 random things, unrelated things. That is something that typically colleges don't like, right? You can have 1 or 2 passions, right? But if you say I'm passionate about 5 things, it is very unreasonable because you're going to school, you're spending so much time in school, and how much time do you really have? Right? So your application should be a story which is very convincing and which is very believable. Now, as part of the application process also, you are supposed to write essays and supplemental essays. And here also, I see a lot of issues with kids. The main reason for that is because, first of all, in India, we are not taught to do a lot of writing in school, right? So in general, many of the kids struggle to write, say, a 650 words essay, okay? And you can go and get help with that from your parents, from counselors, from teachers, and so on. That's fine. But what you have to be careful about is you are applying to colleges in the US where an American is going to read your college application. So you have to understand how Americans communicate, right? So your essay should be very conversational, right? If you use long, awkward words in your essay and you're not communicating in a direct, simple manner, your essay is not going to be that impactful, right? So, and essays, writing is an art, and essays take a long time, right? It takes months to rewrite them, and get them to a state where you feel good about them, right? So that is again another thing that one has to be mindful about, is that your essay is direct, is conversational, uh, and you are able to put across your main ideas, your accomplishment, your achievement, whatever your essay is about, in a very direct and impactful way, right? So that is again another area which is a challenge besides the extracurricular activities. And one also has to understand about extracurricular activities, that US colleges understand what is a true academic honor in India. For example, if you're an NTSC scholar, that's looked at very positively. If you are a KVPY qualifier, or somebody who has done well in that exam, that's considered to be pretty prestigious. So you have to make sure that the time and effort you send on you put on your academic honors or in your extracurricular activities is meaningful, not disjointed, which doesn't tell you a story about who you are, what you are passionate about. In that case, the very elite colleges, you will get hurt. Now, essays, the other important thing to keep in mind about essays is that as long as you don't have any warning signs in the essays, right, about something, it's not too individualistic, for example, because US colleges like essays with a lot of individualism, about how you're going to change the world. What is it that drives you? What are some of the vulnerabilities that you have? If it's not real, if it's not honest, if it's not believable, then it's not really going to put your application, to the next level. So, in the coming weeks, what we'll be doing would be we'll be talking about each component of the application process and how you can truly prepare a world-class application. So stay tuned and subscribe, because we'll be putting awesome content out which will help you in your college application process and help you get to your dream college. Have a great day, have fun, and stay safe.